check. Oh shoot, these headphones on. Get out there, baby. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can you hear me, Kenny?
Yeah, check.
Check 1 2. All right, we're good there.
All right. Here's a quick word from Republican candidate Charlene High.
During this campaign, I've had the wonderful opportunity to knock on doors throughout District 110. I'm the daughter of a Baptist minister and a volunteer chaplain with the Billy Graham Rapid Response Team. I am not a politician, and I support term limits. I am 100% pro-life and pro-traditional family. And I'm asking for your vote in the Republican primary on May the 8th.
Paid for by Charlene High for North Carolina House.
This is the moment a race car driver lives for.
The Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series.
Leading the field at Talladega Superspeedway.
Duel in the draft at Talladega Superspeedway.
Stenhouse and Kyle Busch locked together. Further back, they're 4 wide.
The Geico 500.
With big names behind him, he will cross the line and win.
Sunday at 1 p.m. on the Motor Racing Network.
It's the Geico 500 from Talladega, Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country, 1590 AM WCSL, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
We'll finish out today mostly cloudy to partly sunny. It'll be mild, and we'll have a chance of some hit-and-miss sprinkles or showers and maybe thunder in spots, mostly during the early afternoon. It'll be shifting away to our east after that. Highs around 68 to 74. Tonight it'll be fair to partly cloudy with lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. On Thursday, more clouds than sun overall. Can't rule out a few areas of rain later in the day, mainly toward the southern foothills. Tomorrow's highs about the same as today. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Currently at the Big Old Country Studios, it's 4:06.
If you love your vehicle, why would you have it serviced at just any ordinary shop? The answer is simple. You wouldn't. At Renato Buick GMC, their service center provides a team of knowledgeable service technicians that aim to make your life easier by working within your schedule without disrupting your busy life. They're open on Saturdays, plus offer service loaners and pickup and delivery within 25 miles, plus premium upkeep with authentic parts without the premium price tag. Give your vehicle the service it deserves at Renato Buick GMC. Best service, best prices, best selection, one location. Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right below the Cleveland Mall. It's the Lincoln Food, Wine, and Brew Fest, Saturday, April 28th in downtown Lincoln from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. Over 70 vendors, including wineries, craft breweries, 14 delicious food trucks, regional artists, a farmer's market, plus music and live bands all day long. It's family-friendly festival fun in historic downtown Lincoln. Tasting passes are $15 in advance, $20 at the gate. For passes and more information, go to LincolnFoodWineBrewFest.com. Again, LincolnFoodWineBrewFest.com.
Welcome out to the Classic 4 Studios here at the Best in Sports here on a Wednesday. Tim Johnson and Kenny Link, Mr. Baseball himself. We got a power-packed of an hour show, Ken, and we got nothing but the very best of high school sports as well as collegiate and, of course, the NFL draft, all the professional sports right here at the Classic 4 Studios on a Wednesday, Ken. Good afternoon to you, buddy.
Good afternoon. We've had sort of a rainy week, but
yes, we have.
That's not going to slow the baseball down too much. They just rescheduled some games, and we got a lot of high school baseball going on. We got games scheduled for tonight that's been rescheduled from the rain, and most of the high school teams will be finishing up Friday night with their games, and there'll be some postseason conference tournaments, and then the playoffs will start. So we're right here at the end of the baseball season.
We're ready to roll, Kenny, right into the baseball all the way up to the American Legion Series season, as well as all the way through high school football. So, and we have that schedule too. So we'll be talking about that later on in the summer too, about the schedule of the Lincoln County high school football season, as well as Cherryville High School, and of course all the Cleveland County teams as well.
All right, Tim, let's get started by reviewing the high school baseball in the area. First, let's look at the South Fork 2A Conference. The North Lincoln Knights are still ahead in that conference. They have 11-1 overall conference record and 17 overall record, followed by Bandy's, who's 10-2 and 18-2, and Lincoln, who's 9-3 and 11-5. And Tim, Lincoln and North Lincoln are playing tonight.
Big game
at North Lincoln, and the first game they played, Lincoln had the lead 1-0 in the seventh, and Robbie Cowie was shutting them out, and he hit the pitch limit with 2 outs to the seventh, and they had to bring relievers in, and things went downhill. Instead of winning that game 1-0. Lincoln lost 7-1.
Yeah, Lincoln's definitely got the best pitcher in the conference, hands down. I would say that, and Robbie Cowley. But North Lincoln's got a deeper pitching staff.
They do.
That's the difference in the game. So if North Lincoln can get Robbie out of the game early, or say if it's a close game within fifth or sixth inning, North Lincoln's probably going to win that game, I would say.
And this is Lincoln's got something to play for. Not only the rivalry in North Lincoln, but if they win this game,
they can move up.
They'll be tied with Bandy's.
Sure.
And guess who the last game of the season is? Bandy's has got to play North Lincoln the last game of the season on Friday. So things could shift a little bit. North Lincoln's in good shape, but things could shift. You never know.
We said the other weekend, when's the last time you said something about Lincoln High School baseball team being in the top 3 in the conference in the South Fork 2A?
Well, Tim, it's been a long time. I can't remember how long it's been.
Cole Sigmund's is the coach of the year in that division. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely.
He's done a great job.
And not taking another away from John Carpenter of North Lincoln. He's got a lot of talent. We know that. We've seen him play ourselves. But what Cole has done for the Lincoln High School Wolves and baseball team this year is really a great season for Cole Sigmund and the Lincoln Wolves.
In fourth place, Lincoln Charter was a 6-6 conference record. West Lincoln is fifth with a 5-7 record. East Lincoln with 4-8 record. And Tim, those two teams play tonight at West Lincoln.
They could be playing,
so that could change
for a playoff berth. I mean, West Lincoln and East Lincoln, and West Lincoln in the years past have kind of owned East Lincoln. And if you think about it, and when the last game of the season was on the line, it's always been a championship game between these two. So West Lincoln's got a little upper hand there. So can East Lincoln come up, slip up, and beat West Lincoln and maybe take out the extra spot? We'll find out.
Well, we've seen East Lincoln a couple times, and I saw them last Friday night, and their catcher, Evan Pulowski, is killing the ball, Tim.
Paw.
They didn't get him out. They didn't get him out last Friday. He batted 3 times, had 3 hits, including a leadoff home run, and walked once. They never got him out.
Yeah, Ewan Yancey was at that game, and so absolutely. I know you was telling me about that, how well he hit the baseball.
Yeah, he hit the ball. He's hot. He's hitting it right now.
That's good. That's what you want. And Mateel, he's making his team is starting to get better as the season goes on.
He was batting lead up, but he was getting on base so much, not only when he's hitting, but walking, things like that. He put it with leadoff.
Right.
Tim, I love it in high school baseball especially. You want your best hitters to get the most at bats, so you want them at the top of that lineup.
Sure, absolutely. And I'll tell you something, Coach Mateel is definitely one of the best coaches, not only in Lincoln County, but in our area,
and he
too.
was very aggressive Friday night, hit on the bases. They stole 3
Smart
or 4.
coach.
He had them running. They executed double steal, stole another base. When he gets them on base, he's going to be aggressive.
He's going to move them.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And Maiden with 2-10 record, and Newton Condo 1-11 make up the rest of that conference standings. And so
let's go.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Ken. Let's go over to tonight's game, the real important games. You got Lincoln
at North Lincoln tonight, and you got East Lincoln at West Lincoln tonight. Those are 2 big games with the Lincoln County teams tonight. These games were scheduled yesterday, obviously with the rain, and hopefully they'll get them in tonight. They've all rescheduled for tonight.
And the Friday night games?
Friday night games, North Lincoln will host Bandy's, and that'll be a good game there. Tim, you and I will be at Maiden, where the Maiden Blue Devils will be playing Lincoln. And we'll have that game for you on WLON 1050 a.m.
That could be changed. You never know. Kevin might say, hey, Tim, you and Ken go to the North Lincoln game, Bandy's game.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot riding on that game. Think about it. So it could be. You never know.
But right now, that's the schedule.
Lincoln, right now, we're at Maiden for the Lincoln WLON game.
And West Lincoln finished up their schedule at Lake Norman Charter on Friday. That game may be
No, that's East Lincoln, Ken. Is that late? Is it East Lincoln or –
on West Lincoln plays Lake Norman Charter on Friday.
Got you.
Friday.
Okay.
And that game could have some meaning because right now West Lincoln's only a game behind Lake Norman Charter in the standings. And West Lincoln finished up their schedule Friday hosting Newton Condo.
So these games are huge.
Yeah, these last games have a lot of meanings.
Yep, you're right. It could be playoff potential, also seedings and stuff like that, as well as in the conference tournament. Yeah.
And now the conference tournament, my understanding is, Tim, the winner of the conference tournament will get into playoffs. But you could finish.
You got to go through Bandy's and North Lincoln.
You got to go through Bandy's, North Lincoln, and Lincoln probably to get there. So
that's
not
gonna be tough.
likely, but baseball, strange things happen sometimes.
Right.
In the Southern Piedmont 1A, where our Cherryville Ironmen play, Lincoln Charter still leads that conference with 12-1 record. Cherryville is 10-3, and followed by Highland Tech 9-4 and Bessemer City 6-7. And Cherryville will be playing Bessemer City today at Bessemer City, and then their final game will be Friday, where they'll host Bessemer City, and that game will be on WCSL 1590 AM.
So that's two games back to back. They got to play
back
Bessemer
to back,
City.
but they'll have that. Milton and Danny will have that game for you Friday right here on 1590 WCSL. In the Big South 3A, Tim, Crest continues to dominate that conference. They're 12-0 in the conference. They'll be playing at Kings Mountain this Friday, and that game will be on WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM. You'll have Crest playing at Kings Mountain.
I think Andy Foster, he'll be doing that game. Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
North Gaston is second in that conference, 9-3, and the Burns Bulldogs are having a pretty good year. They're 8-4 in that conference, 16-6 overall. And in the Southwest 2A, RS Central is atop of that conference and been atop all year. Very good team, 13-1 in the conference, 18-2 overall, followed by South Point, who is 8-5, and then East Rutherford 7-6, and we expect all three of those teams to be in the 2A playoffs. And Tim, all three of those pretty good teams. They will probably represent themselves well when they get to the playoffs.
Got a correction on the Cherryville game, Ken. It is not a Friday night game; it is a Thursday night game. So Bessemer City will be coming to Bessemer City at Cherryville will be Thursday, not Friday. I just got that from our boss man, Mr. Kevin Hastings. So thank you, Kevin.
So they will not be a Friday game.
Will not be a Friday. It'll be a Thursday night game. So it'll be Wednesday and Thursday, back to back.
2 days in a row. They'll get to see a lot of each other.
Yep. So that's huge.
So it's coming down, and then I think all these conferences, I believe, have a tournament next week, and then the following week is when the playoffs start, and we'll get down to who's in and what the matches are, and we'll have some predictions on how well we think some of these teams in this area do. And Tim, there are a lot of good teams in this area.
I see Crest going back to the state championship game. They might win it this year.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either.
And we've got a lot of good 2A teams, in the Southwest 2A and South Point 2A.
Yeah, RS Central's one of them, South Point 2. And East Rutherford, they're hanging in there. They're 7-6, 12-8 overall. We know Reynolds, he's playing for one thing, and that's the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that RS Central team's pretty good, Ken, like you was talking about earlier. 18-2 record overall, 13-1 in conference. Pretty good baseball team.
They went deep in the playoffs last year as well.
They sure did. So a lot of good high school baseball in the area. High school baseball is like high school football. Coaching, players and stuff like that, first class. I mean, they really go out there and they play the game the right way, and the coaches, without a doubt, have got a lot of talent. So we want to wish, of course, Crest. We're big fans of Crest too here at WHS, as well as Burns as well too.
Yes, we expect to see both those teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll be following them too.
Yeah.
But in the South Fork 2A, North Lincoln and Lincolnton, I could see them going deep. I could see Lincoln going to possibly to the second, maybe third round. Third round, if things work out. North Lincoln, I could see them going 3 automatically.
North Lincoln's just a solid team. They have solid pitching.
Yes.
They have probably the best hitting in the league. They got solid hitting up and down the lineup. So overall, they're first in the conference, and I think they deserve to be there because they are a very solid team overall.
Yeah, absolutely. Ken, in D1 college baseball rankings, you got Florida #1 overall. Florida won the national championship last year, Ken.
Yeah.
And Mark May's son played on that baseball team.
Yep, so he's still on that team now.
He's still on that team now, absolutely. So he's one of their pitchers.
And speaking, Tim, of Mark May, I saw this morning where Luke May will be going through the NBA draft process. That he hasn't hired
ready.
He hasn't hired an agent, so he'll go to an NBA combine and work out, and he'll get input on what he needs approved. The Tar Heels expect him to be back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
But he's going through this process, which will be good for him.
Yes. Get him ready for next year.
But that was announced this week, by the way.
Yeah. He's a great guy, too, so we know Luke.
But Florida's #1. Stanford's #2. NC State is ranked #3.
Josh McClain, good buddy of mine, played with Alec from Alexander Central High School. Senior this year, starting center and leadoff batter.
Yep. And then you drop down to number 8, East Carolina.
Chandler Jenkins,
Alec Burleson, 2 Lincoln County products that are on that team. And, Tim, that's a very good team, and they're playing well.
They are playing really well. And I think we saw Keith over the weekend at my daughter's wedding. Chandler hit a grand slam last week.
Yeah, he did. Said he hit it off the scoreboard. Said it was a blast. And Chandler's playing well. They've got a lot of good players on that team. He's been starting a lot, and everybody's playing well. And I look for that team to where they are now, Tim, and the way they're playing, they very well could host a super regional.
They could. And Ken, also, I've been meaning to say this, Matt Bridges from Crest High School. Matt played at East Carolina. He's one of their reliever. He's a middle reliever. He's a sidearm pitcher. Yeah. Good kid. Know him well. He played with my son, too, a lot. So Matt's a great young man. He played for Crest High School, graduated same year Alec did, 2015. Big-time player down at East Carolina. Good kid.
And the series over the weekend, I understand that Alec Burleson started one of those games. He'd been out, Tim, with he had emergency appendectomy.
He did.
But he's getting back playing some. Like I say, so much talent on the East Lincoln team. If you get out of lineup, somebody's liable to take that spot because they got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But he started, I think he went 4 innings and pitched well. So they think a lot of him as a left-hand pitcher and also
as
first
a player.
baseman. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, Alec doing great things down at East Carolina. So is Chandler and, of course, Matt Bridges, too, from Crest High School.
Also in the ACC teams in this top 20, Clemson's number 12, Duke's number 13, and Florida State number 16. Lots of great baseball in the ACC.
Absolutely.
And at East Carolina.
Yes. All right, Akeem, we're going to go to a break here in the Classic 4 studios, and we'll be right back here on the Best in Sports right here on WCSL 1590. Tim Johnson and Mr. Baseball himself, Kenny Link.
The only station you need at work.
All day long. Constantly.
Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
It's the 21st year of the Merry-Go-Round Festival this Saturday and Sunday, April 28th and 29th at Shelby City Park, 850 West Sumter Street in Shelby. 2 big days of fun. Join us for the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast on Saturday. Brought to you by Ronaldo Auto Mall on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Also brought to you by Williams Auto and Truck Sales on Highway 150 in Waco. By Marco Insurance Services in Uptown Shelby. By Willis Flooring Shop on Kings Road in Shelby. By Terminix on Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. By Sheila Sheds with locations in Shelby, Cherryville, and Lincoln. By Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center on Highway 18 north of Shelby. By Boost Bike Shop on West Marion Street in Shelby. By Clay & Associates Real Estate on South DeKalb Street in Shelby. By Hippocat on North Lafayette Street in Shelby. By J&D Furniture on North Lafayette Street, Shelby. By Gamble's Auto Service on South DeKalb Street in Shelby. And by Carolina Auto Glass on South Post Road in Shelby. So join us for the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast reports during this year's Merry-Go-Round Festival this Saturday and Sunday at Shelby City Park.
4 drivers will be eligible to collect the $100,000 bonus.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series Dash for Cash.
Whoa, Bubba Wallace spins out of control.
A big-time payday.
Hard into the outside wall.
If drivers can avoid the big one.
Others crash and collide.
The Sparks Energy 300.
Elliott Sadler wedges his way underneath Logano. And Eric Almirola will take the race win.
Saturday at 2:30 on the Motor Racing Network.
It's the Sparks Energy 300 this Saturday afternoon, April 28th at 2:30 on Carolina Country, 1590 AM WCSL, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
In today's housing marketplace, the advantage goes to the seller. Gaston County is becoming a go-to location for new home buyers, but a seller's advantage is only as good as the realtor involved. That's where Moss Realty comes in. They're dependable, honest, and hardworking for you, the seller. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty.
Grass cutting time is just around the corner. Time to head to East Gastonia Hardware in Gastonia and save big on a new Snapper riding mower. There's one that will fit your budget and your yard. Come see the selection before they're gone and trim it up with a new Red Max trimmer or blower. And don't forget about their lawnmower repair shop. Since 1954, East Gastonia Hardware has been serving this area. Get ready now at East Gastonia Hardware, 1906 East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln will brighten your smiles with professional cosmetic dentistry and smile enhancement procedures for everyone. Even Duke fans will smile at the work of this Tar Heel. The office of Dr. John L. Cloninger III is located at 904 Doncha Drive. For an appointment, call 704-735-0765. That's 704-735-0765. And John III says best wishes to all high school athletes.
Maybe a punctuation mark on a career night.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 214,000 here in North Carolina. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association.
Country Countdown USA with Lon Helton, Friday afternoons from 1 until 4, right here on Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia, online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Okay, we're back here on WCSL 1590 with the Best in Sports Show. Ken Lincoln, Tim Johnson here today, and we've been talking baseball. And Tim, let's talk a little bit of Major League Baseball.
Let's jump on it, Kenny. We talking about the American League East and the Major League Baseball. Boston Red Sox still on top, 17-5, Kenny. Record overall in Toronto's 14-8, and the Yankees, Ken, are 13-9.
The Yankees playing a little better. They're creeping up, Tim. They're creeping up. So we'll see. In the West, the Angels are ahead 16-8 record, and Houston with a 16-9 record. Those Houston Astros are on the move too. In the Central, your Cleveland Indians, Tim, are 12-9, and they're the only team in that division that's got a winning record. Detroit is next with a 9-11 record. So they're the best of sorry bunch. Would you say that?
I would say that. I'll say that. Yeah, Tito, he'll turn them around. I promise you.
Little news over the weekend. Sean Manaea threw a no-hitter for Oakland against those Boston Red Sox.
Wow.
And you know, hit Boston, that's
impressive.
doing a job.
That's impressive, especially with the Green Monster at Boston.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's a left-hander, Tim, and I thought it was interesting what he said. This is about his third year in the league. He said, my first 2 years, he said, I just went out there and tried to win on my stuff. He said, but I found out
you got to pitch.
You got to listen to people. You got to get input on people. You got to understand what certain hitters do. And he said, I'm pitching a lot smarter this year because I've listened and got more information. That just shows you how much you've got to continue, study, make adjustment to be good at the highest level.
Yeah, and you got to find their weaknesses. You got to think about their tendencies and stuff like that. That's what he's done.
That's what he's done.
Congratulations.
He said the first 2 years he did do that, so he's learned. In the National League, the Mets are on top in the East with a 15-6 record. Philadelphia, surprisingly, is still right there.
They're playing good baseball.
14-8, and your Atlanta Braves are 12-10 in there, Tim. The Braves, who we cover here at KTC Broadcasting, having a pretty good season so far. West, Arizona's ahead 16-6 record. Colorado 13-12, and those Dodgers, Tim, have finally made it up to 500 ball. They're 11-11. In the Central, the Milwaukee is 15-9, and the Brewers are ahead of St. Louis, who's 13-9, and the Cubs, who are playing a little bit better, they're 11-9. So some of these better teams, I think, will get it going here as the season gets going and the weather gets a little warmer. Tim, here's an interesting thing that happened over the weekend. Now listen to this. Brandon Belt for San Francisco set a major league record by having a 21-pitch at bat. It took 13 minutes to complete the bat, and he fouled off 16 straight pitches before he lined out. Now, that's what you call a battle.
Now, you can go to the bathroom and back and be
he'd still be back. 13 minutes he was at bat. In fact, he maybe had to go to the bathroom during the bat and didn't get a chance to go.
How about give me a hot dog on that?
Yeah, I'm getting hungry up here. A lot of work. But that's what's going on in Major League Baseball. And, of course, it's just getting started, less than a month in, and so we'll be reporting on it throughout the hot summer season.
In your NBA Eastern Conference playoffs, Ken, Toronto and Washington are tied 2-2, and so that's still anybody's I guess you say, series there, Ken.
Toronto
being the top seed, of course. And then you got Boston. They lead Milwaukee 3-2. Cleveland and Indiana tied 2-2. And Philadelphia defeated Miami 4-1. Now, Ken, is Cleveland, are they going to get by Indiana?
I don't know. That's been back and forth. Indiana beat them first game. It's been switching back and forth. And Indiana's playing tough. I'll tell you, Milwaukee's playing Boston pretty tough as well.
They are.
So you don't know. In the Western Conference, things are not as close there, Tim. Houston leads Minnesota 3-1. Golden State defeated San Antonio 4-1.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked about that one. I figured Golden State would win the series, but I'm kind of shocked for the fact that San Antonio only won one game.
And Utah leads Oklahoma
That's another
City
shocker.
3-1. And then New Orleans defeated New Orleans, which was
they're pretty good,
which was the 6th seed, defeated Portland, which was the 3rd seed, 4-0.
They play Golden State now.
Yeah, it wasn't a contest.
Ken, I'm gonna tell you, they might listen. Don't be surprised if the Pelicans don't upset the Warriors. Don't be surprised.
And here's a little cross professional sports, Tim. We all know who Aaron Rodgers is, the quarterback of the Packers. Well, this week it was reported he is bought in as a minority owner now of the Milwaukee Bucks there in Wisconsin.
So how about that?
So I guess he wants to put down some roots in Wisconsin. He's invested in.
He's not leaving
to the Bucks, so he's not leaving.
He's not leaving Green Bay.
He's not leaving Green Bay. But I thought that was interesting. NASCAR, Tim. Kyle Busch won his 3rd straight race at Richmond, the Toyota Owners 400. Now Busch now leads the standings over Joey Logano, Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski. Next race is the Talladega 500. Well, it's called the Geico 500, but it's at the Talladega Super Speedway.
Yeah, so that's one of the big super speedway races of the year. You got Daytona and then plus Talladega. Okay. Yeah, hands down. Kyle Busch, I tell you, man, he's
coming on.
He's turning it on, ain't he?
And news I just heard today, Tim. Matt Kenseth is coming out of retirement to drive the number 6 car for Roush Fenway Racing. He will share the ride with Trevor Bayne for the rest of the season. I think they've been a little bit disappointed with Bayne, and they're going to share races. He'll come out with a schedule, sort of alternate drivers back and forth. That's interesting.
Yeah, he's one of the youngsters, ain't he?
Yeah, he is. He is.
So Kyle Busch leads the standings, followed by Joey Logano, Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick, and Brad Keselowski. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, racing really, if you think about it, it really don't heat up, standing-wise, the points and stuff like that until after the big Charlotte race in October.
It does.
October. That's when you can start saying,
Yeah, it is. And we've got a big Charlotte race coming up the end of May, obviously. Always have a big Charlotte race. Well, we do 600.
All right, Ken, we're going to go to a commercial. We're going to be back, and we got all the NFL draft you can think of, Ken, right here on the Classic Ford Studios.
And we'll be covering it all. We'll make a few predictions probably.
I hope we get them right. I hope I do on behalf of the Cowboys.
It's all a guessing game.
You could listen to your boss.
Work.
But wouldn't you really rather listen to us?
I listen to it all day long.
Big O Country, WCSL, 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
Sheila's Sheds of Shelby and Cherryville has added a new additional location, now open in Lincoln at 2979 East Highway 27. That's 3 locations to serve you. Come by and see Sheila's Sheds for Old Hickory buildings, carports, and sheds. Visit your nearest location for big savings. Sheila's Sheds, 2104 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 2261 Lincoln Highway in Cherryville, and now open at 2979 East Highway 27 in Lincoln. Call Sheila at 704-300-4254 for Sheila's Sheds of Shelby, Cherryville, and Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
Country Gold with Terry Clark. I'm Terry Clark, inviting you to join me this week for Country Gold, where we play all your favorites from the 80s and 90s.
Country Gold with Terry Clark, Thursday afternoons 1 to 5 on Big O Country, 1590 AM WCSL, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
Here's what's up in Cleveland, Gaston, and Lincoln counties, brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL, and The Boss, WOHS and WLON. Hospice of Cleveland County is having a chicken dinner Friday, May 4th at the American Red Cross on Falston Road from 4 to 7 p.m., drive-through only. You're invited to the Cleveland County Partnership for Children's 25th Anniversary Celebration and Fundraiser on June 8th. And that's What's Up, brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL 1590 AM, The Boss, WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM, and WLON 1050 AM. For more information, go to whatsupshopper.com.
When you shop our local advertisers, be sure to tell them you heard it on the radio. That way they'll know that their radio dollars they spend works for them and you too. Even in today's fast-moving world, radio remains the leading media to reach more people. 93% of Americans listen to AM/FM radio over the air. TV viewership is 89%, smartphone use is 83%, and personal computer use is 50%. So if you're a business owner, reach more people with the power of radio. If you don't tell it, you can't sell it. See the power of radio. WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, WCSL Cherryville. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
All right, welcome back to the Class at 4 studios here at WCSL 1590 AM. It's a Wednesday. Tim Johnson and Mr. Baseball himself, Kenny Link. Ken, tomorrow night is the first round of the NFL draft, and I'm always excited because I'm always wondering who my Cowboys are going to pick or if they're going to make a trade up and make a big splash. I'm telling you right now, Jerry Jones, you know, it being in the Big D down in Dallas, you know he's got something up his sleeve.
Let's talk about where it's at. It's in the Big D.
That's
down
right.
There in Dallas
Jerry's
this
world.
year at AT&T Stadium. And it'll be on tomorrow, Tim, 8 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock Dallas time, but it'll be 8 o'clock here is when the NBA draft will start. And then the first round will be picked Thursday. Friday night, you do rounds 2 and 3. That will start at 7 o'clock. And then Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock, they'll finish the rest of the rounds 4 through 7. And, Tim, the Browns have the first pick, and they also got the 4th pick.
That's Kevin Hayes' team, man.
Yeah, then we was talking about who's he going to take. Early in the week, I thought it was going to be Sam Darnold. Now they're saying, well, we think it's going to be Baker Mayfield.
That's who I think it's going to be.
Or maybe it could be Josh Allen. So, you know, there's a lot of lying that goes on and a lot of deception.
Smoke screens
and stuff when it comes to the draft. So you won't know till it gets there. But the latest word was that Kevin says that Chris Carter says it's going to be Baker Mayfield.
That's who I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Mayfield. Now, it could be Sam Darnold. It could be him. It could be. I mean, because he's the one that they're saying he's the most ready quarterback-wise. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Baker Mayfield, he's got the arm strength. He's got all the intangibles. He's competitive. I mean, there's no doubt about the guy's competitive. They compare him to Johnny Manziel, but he's different than Johnny Manziel. He don't get in trouble or he don't drink.
No.
He's more,
he takes his craft.
His character's a lot better.
He takes his craft seriously.
Yeah, he does. He does. Now he's a little cocky now out there on the football field.
Well, he's a walk-on. You're going to be a little cocky when you're saying, "Hey, nobody don't want to think I'm good enough, and I'll prove you to
but
you
his
I'm
accuracy.
one of the best."
His accuracy is unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of grit about him. They say
is he 6 foot, 6'1"?
Yeah, they list him 6'1", but he,
more of a Drew Brees,
he's not
Tony Romo kind of quarterback.
And in the pros, they think that's a big deal, and it does affect you some, but we'll see. Josh Allen is the quarterback they say has the strongest arm from Wyoming.
Oh, he does.
But but his accuracy is not there.
It's not there, yeah.
But they say he can really throw it.
Yeah. I mean, you could, like you said, you could throw it a mile, but if you can't throw it where you need to be throwing it to, what good are you?
Well, my understanding, Tim, they're saying that it'll be 4 quarterbacks taken in the first 10 picks and maybe 6 in the first round overall.
Well, that helps my Cowboys because every time they pick a quarterback,
it pushes another player down.
And pushes another player down.
Good player down.
Now, I think Chubbs, Johnson's got the second pick, do they not?
John's got the second pick. Question is, are they going to take defensive end Bradley Sugg out of your NC State quarterback? NC State, I should say, NC State Wolfpack. Or are they going to take the best running back in the draft?
Okay,
Barkley.
Let's do this. Pick the Browns pick, Ken, and I'm going to pick the Browns pick. You tell me who you think they're going to pick. The Browns. You pick their number 1 pick.
All right, we'll go with Mayfield.
You're going to go with Baker Mayfield? Okay, all right. I'm going to go with Mayfield. I'm going to say Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
I'm like you. I think I think he's going to be their number 1 pick, number 2 pick for the. Let's talk about what they need. The Giants. What the Giants need? They need a running back for sure. They need offensive line help. They need.
They could use some defense.
Well, they just let their wide receiver go, Brandon Marshall, which they're not going to take a receiver number 2.
They just let the big rusher go. The guy that hurt his hand.
Yeah, P.P. Paul. J.P. Paul. Yeah,
J.P. Paul.
Yeah. Well,
and you could always use a pass rusher.
I'm going to say Gettleman. As much as we're familiar with him, he's not going to take a running back. They're wanting Saquon Barkley to go there, but I'm telling you, he's not going to take a running back. I'm going to think I'd say they're going to probably take Chubb, NC State. That's top player. That's top coach he is.
Knowing how the Gettleman is, I understand why you say that. I just think Saquon Barkley could be the best player in the draft.
He might be.
So I'm going to say the Giants are going to go with Barkley.
You're going to go Barkley, okay? Yep. I'm going Chubb. I think he's going to take Chubb, defensive end. He just got rid of one. Listen, he got rid of a very good defensive end. Even though he didn't have but 3 fingers, this guy.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going with.
All right, the Jets have the 3rd pick. Now, they're going to take a quarterback. Which one are they going to take, Tim?
Well, if Mayfield's there, they're going to take Mayfield. But if Mayfield's already been taken by the Browns like we think he's going to be taken, I'm going to say Darnold. I'm going to say Darnold. I'm going to say he's going to go. I see Darnold will be the 3rd pick in the draft.
Yeah, I think so. Mike Mayock, who does a lot of draft predictions, he listed his top 5 at every position.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Darnold as 1 and Josh Allen 2, Josh Rosen 3, and Baker Mayfield 4 in his
quarterback ratings.
In his quarterback ratings, but that's just one man's thoughts. I agree with you. I think
Darnold's going to.
I think it will. I think
Sam Darnold's going to go to the Jets.
I think it will be him, unless the Browns pick a different quarterback. And then
I think it'll be definitely be a quarterback.
Oh, it'll be a quarterback. It'll be a quarterback.
4th pick. Who's that 4th pick? Buffalo? No. Who's 4th pick?
The Browns.
Browns
have another pick.
So they got a quarterback.
So they got to think about who do we want a quarterback and what's their next
Saquon
pick.
Barkley.
What's their next pick going to look like?
Barkley's going there. Barkley's going to the Browns. They're going to have Baker Mayfield and Barkley. That's who I'm picking, Barkley. If he don't go to the Giants, which I don't think he's going to, I think Barkley's going there. And I'm going to tell you something else too. If Chubb don't go there, Chubb's going to the Browns. They'll have Chubb on one end and have the other guy they drafted last year. Remember out of Texas Tech, I believe it was, or Texas A&M? Yeah. What was his name? I can't. Anyway, he was he was projected to go number 1.
Yeah.
But instead, he did go number 1. He was the number 1 draft pick. So they'll have Chubb and him on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So mark my words, if Chubb don't go to the Giants, he's going there. Saquon Barkley go to. So they're going to flip flop picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm taking Barkley. Who you go? I'm taking Barkley.
Well, I'm like you. Whoever's there, Barkley or Chubb, whoever's left over.
They don't have a running back.
It's who they'll take.
They don't have a running. That's what I'm saying. So he'll have.
That's who to take. Now, let's say if the Giants take Barkley, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got Barkley in that backfield, and you got Beckham wide receiver. That's 2 big offensive weapons.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. And here's the other thing: we're sitting here talking about who they might take. They could be a trade. Somebody trade up and be a different team. You never know.
You never know. You're right. All right, let's go down to let's see who's the 5th pick. We got the top 4 picks. Who's the 5th pick? Is that the Bills? Bills are somewhere around there.
The
Browns don't have enough. They don't have enough pick to the top.
Not in the first round. They got some picks, not first round. You got the Broncos.
Okay. They need a quarterback.
They do, and the Bills need a quarterback now. The Bills pick at 12, but the Bills got 2 first-round picks. The Browns got, number 1 and number 4. The Bills have got number 12 and number 22.
So the Broncos are the 5th pick overall.
Yes.
Okay. What's the Broncos need? A quarterback. Okay, who's the quarterback stuff? Josh Rosen?
Well, you got Rosen left, and you got maybe Allen. Depends on he and also Mason Rudolph is the.
He's not going. He's 2nd round.
And then of course the Lamar Jackson. I think it ought to be a top 5 quarterback.
Okay.
I could see
the strong arm quarterback. Where's he's going to go to? He's going to go there.
Yeah.
To Denver. And I'm going to tell you why. Who's he remind you of strong arm quarterback? John Elway.
Yeah. Yeah, he very well could go there.
So Elway could work with him.
So and you know what we're talking about here, Tim? None of those good secondary players that's available been picked yet, so they keep pushed down. You know,
really. Maybe I'll pick 4. Maybe they'll push Darwin James on down to the Cowboys.
And the other team, Tim, that's got 2 first-round picks are the New England Patriots.
Yes.
With the trade, they've got the 23rd pick and the 31 pick, so they're down, but they could package those
number 1 picks
and try to go up.
Yeah,
they could do it.
Yep. And they don't have a quarterback.
And the question is,
Brady.
Will they do that to try to and draft a quarterback in the first round?
Would not be a shocker.
Brady wouldn't be a shocker for me.
No, it wouldn't be, but would that not be a shocker? Wow,
would not be a shocker.
Now let's go to the Panthers. Well, let's start with the Cowboys. Cowboys and Panthers is what? Where do they pick at? We go to first.
Cowboys 19th, Packers 24th.
Okay, let's go to Cowboys.
Okay.
All right, here's my top 3 picks for the Cowboys. If they fall in that category, I don't think Vita Vea is going to make it to 19.
I'd be surprised if he
yes, the big defensive tackle out of Washington. If he falls, that's who Dallas is getting, bar none. They'll get him. They don't care who's there. If not, Leighton Vander Esch. That's who I think the Cowboys are going to get. I'm gonna pencil him in right now. Leighton Vander Esch, the linebacker from Boise State. He's from Boise State. He's projected around that area, 18, 19, 20 there. I'm saying Leighton Vander Esch, and I think that would be a great pick for the Cowboys. He's like 6'4", almost 6'5". He's a freak of an athlete. He's big. He's a lot like Brian Urlacher. He's a Brian Urlacher type. You know, Brian was real big. He looked like a monster in football.
Wide,
Well, that's kind of football player he is. But he has the mind. He has the skill set of a Luke Kuechly. He's that
That'd
kind.
Be a great pick.
Oh yes. So Vita Vea, Leighton Vander Esch, and DJ Moore, the wide receiver. If those 2 guys are gone and DJ's there, that's who they'll get.
Well, a lot of people think Moore's the best receiver in the draft.
I think he is, from what I've read up on.
I think the Panthers sort of have a rating. They talk to him a lot. I think they think he's the best in the draft. Will he goes first round? He very well could. I mean, a team like the Cowboys could jump on him.
Now, let me tell you something else, too. Now, here's what I think about the Cowboys. If Darwin James makes it to 10 or 11,
they'll trade up and try to get him.
And I'm going to tell you one, because they can use a first and a third. If he's up above the 10 and they try to trade, they're going to have to give away first and second. And they got 2. I think they got 2 second round. They got 10 picks and all, so they got 2 second round picks. I know. So if he can make it to 10 or 11, I'm telling you right now, Dallas would definitely try to trade up and get him. And he's the number 1 guy. If he could fall, I would put him number 1 over everybody I just said. Vita Vea, Leighton Vander Esch, and DJ Moore. This guy is Hall of Fame. If he can stay healthy and have a long career, he's Hall of Fame. They compare him to an Ed Reed, but he's a bigger Ed Reed. He's got all the skill set Ed Reed had. Ball hawk, defense. He's a safety. He'll hit you. He's just really, really a complete football player. Probably he might be the best player in the draft.
Well,
Ken.
he might be. I heard you owner Jerry Jones talking about the receivers, and he was saying, well, even those are good receivers, he said, I don't know that anybody, any of the best receivers in this draft is someone who come in and have as much impact as Dez Bryant did.
I disagree with that.
His first season.
I disagree with that.
That's what I heard him say.
I know what he's saying.
No, he's talking about the first season.
He's talking about Dez's first season?
No, he's talking
his
about
first season.
The
Ken, that's a smoke
based
screen.
on what Dez gave him last year.
Yeah. What did he give him last year? What did he give him last year, Ken?
I know you disagree with that. But
I disagree with that.
I heard him say that, and I go, that's interesting.
I heard him say that, too.
But,
that's a smoke screen. He's trying to make Dez look good.
But let's talk about the picks, Tim. They got 10 picks, and they've got, after the first round, they have 4 picks in the next second through the 4th. They say
they're in good shape.
That's where you can find the talent.
That's where you get your football team.
That's where you find your talent.
And Cortland
so
Sutton,
they may not be wanting to trade that because they're pretty good shape when they get to there.
Yeah, and I like Cortland Sutton too, out of SMU.
Yeah.
Wide. I think he might be the number 2 overall best receiver. He's built like a Calvin Johnson, speed, power, catch it, good. So it's somebody. That's McCall. That's what I think about McCall. That's what I think they might end up doing.
All right, let's talk about the Panthers.
Let's get on it.
They got 24th pick. Now, Tim, they got 4 picks in the top 100. They got 2 third-round picks and a second-round pick. So they picked 24, 55, 85, and 88. So
they're in good shape.
They got 4 picks in the top 88
they're
players.
They're in good shape.
And 8 total. But those other ones are in 6th, 7th round. They don't have a 4th round pick. It got traded away for a punter. One of the worst trades Mr. Gettleman made, I think. But with the first pick, Tim, and of course a lot of teams say that they're going to take the best player available. I really believe they're going to do that. Their biggest needs are in the secondary, safety and cornerback. They got to have some help there. But I think they've filled in with free agency such that they're not going to be forced to reach for a certain position. They say all position groups are in play at 24, and we're going to try to take the best player available.
And just to let our listeners know out there, last year we covered both the Green Bay game and the Atlanta Falcons game there at Carolina Panthers Stadium. Had a sensational job. This year we're going to try to do 4 games this year. We're going to cover a Panther. We're going to have info. Kenny Link, Mr. Baseball, we have all the info on the Panthers as well as I will.
Tim, guess who the first game of the season is? Have you not heard?
Monday Night Football. It's October.
No. I'm talking about the Panthers game.
No, who they play?
Cowboys and Panthers open up in Charlotte. First game of the season for the Panthers. Yes.
Dallas plays Carolina?
Dallas plays Carolina. The Carolina schedule came out this week. Carolina plays Dallas first game of the season right down here in Charlotte.
How about that?
Think we'll be there?
We'll be there.
I saw that, and I said, I don't know whether Tim saw that, but we'll talk about that.
I thought they played the first game was in October. I thought Monday night game.
Well, I'm talking about the Panthers' first game of the season.
First game of the season.
Regular season now, not we're not talking about exhibition.
We're talking about regular season.
Regular season.
So it'll be in September.
Yes, September. I think it is 11th or something like that. September 9th.
It's a Sunday night. That'd be a Sunday night game then.
Well, it's a 4:25 game. It's a Sunday afternoon game. It's weird. It's not a 1 o'clock game. It's a 4:25 game.
Well, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll be pulling for the Cowboys.
I mean, Tim's a big Dallas fan. I'm a big Carolina fan.
No, we can't root in our Ken. You can't get us. You can't root in there.
Well, one of us is probably going to get thrown out.
I'm telling you.
It could be both of us.
Listen,
hey, Tim, if we get to fight with each other, that throws both of us.
I'm telling you, that throws both. Yeah, Calvin said, I'll never send them boys in there again.
But anyway, I wouldn't throw that in there. You didn't know that. Yes,
I thought
sir.
it was October. I thought it was a Monday night game, October 1st.
No.
So they must have changed it.
Schedule just came out, and that's when they're playing.
We'll go for that.
We'll go for that one.
4:25.
But those Panthers, now they're not going to take a. I mean, you got to be sensible about it. They're not going to take a quarterback, a fullback, or even a defensive tackle at 24 because they don't need that. They don't need that at all. But all the other groups, defensive secondary, defensive end, offensive guard. I don't think they're trying to take an offensive tackle because there's not a lot that's very good in this draft. They could take a running back, but I doubt they'll take it 24.
No,
you know why? Because they can get a pretty good running back
in the second,
third,
round.
Fourth round.
Right,
I mean, you're not going to do that. And I don't think they'll take a wide receiver. Now, you've seen the mocks, Tim. A lot of people have the Panthers taking a wide receiver.
Calvin Ridley, from what I saw.
Ridley or Moore.
DJ Moore.
I don't think they'll do that.
DJ Moore will not be there.
I just don't think they're the caliber that they could take. If you had a couldn't miss free agent, I mean couldn't miss draft pick at wide receiver, I'd say go for him. I don't see it. I just don't see it in the draft.
Yeah, I don't either. I think your second round receivers and your third round receivers are as good as your first round.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I don't see a lot of –
well, some of the analysts have said when you get down to the late first round, and I don't know what you call late first round, maybe like 6, 7
I'd
picks.
say probably 20, 22 all the way down.
The late first round, there's not much of a gap between that talent there and the talent you'll find in the second round.
I agree with you, Kenny.
So, in this case, let's say the Panthers get to 24 and there's 5 or 6 guys there they feel pretty good about. It's like, maybe we could trade down 4 or 5 spots and still get one of those guys.
That's what
and pick up some more draft picks.
Pick up extra draft pick, yeah.
And
absolutely.
That's great strategy if you can find that trading partner, and they would entertain that, I think.
So Marty Herney, he's going to have some thinking to do when it comes that night. He's going to have to look at his draft board.
Oh yeah, and the board, see how it's developing, and everybody's got their own board, and you understand. All these guys rate these players, but you got your own board. For example, if you got a guy that's good talent, but you said he just don't really fit in the system we got, you probably don't have him on that board.
Well, I see a Daron Payne, the big defensive tackle from Alabama. He could be in the Panthers. They need a defensive tackle. they need defense, and so I can see somebody like that dropping possibly for the Panthers to pick. And then again, Dallas, they're going to be they need a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
So
and you don't know, and the Patriots pick right in front of the Panthers. They got the 23rd pick, unless they trade it. So what will the Patriots do right before the Panthers?
Yeah, Patriots, they'll probably I don't know.
See, it's all guessing game. You don't know. You're not sure.
They got 2 number 1 picks in the first round. Ken, I can see the Patriots putting – man, if they thought Baker Mayfield or if they thought Josh –
they could package 23 –
Allen, that Rose again, or Darnold.
They'd have to give up. They could give 23 and 31, both first-round picks, and a couple other picks, and move up. Maybe they don't have to move all the way up, Tim. Maybe they only have to move up –
top 10.
Move up far enough to get the guy you was talking about.
Darwin James?
No, the quarterback.
Oh, you talking about
Lamar.
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
he's going to be a 15. He's top 15, top 17.
Like I say, they could. 18. I could see the Patriots moving up far enough.
They like him.
Far enough to get him. Not going all the way to top 10, but far enough to get him.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, Belichick, he could be throwing a smoke screen to Lamar Jackson to get somebody to pick him to be able to get another player to fall in his place.
There's a lot of deception going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And so you can't believe everything you read.
You got to believe he's the best. He's the best. One of the best at doing that.
Oh, hey. And they do so much trading, Tim, on draft day, you can't even keep up with them.
Yeah.
They trade here, and they trade down, then they trade back up. And it's like, I don't even know what they got because they do something. But guess what? There's a method with the madness.
You're right. That's the nail. Hit the nail on
and
the
they
head
proved it by doing what? Getting good players that kept them at the top of the NFL for so long.
They're smart. Well, he's got a system, and it's the Patriots way is what they call it. So. If you're in the system, then you're in good hands. You're going to win some ball games. He's going to help you win some ball games.
So that all starts tomorrow night, and it'll be exciting. I'll be right there, and I'll
give me the Panthers pick. I'll give you my pick, and you give me the Panthers pick, and we give it to Cowboys. I already told him I thought the Cowboys were going to pick Leighton Van Der Esch. I'll go with that.
Shucks. I don't know, Tim. I'll say. Justin Reed, who is Eric Reed's younger brother, he's one of the better safeties. Now, if they could be a safety drop that's rated a little
James
higher
is
than
not
him,
going to go out of top
he ain't
10.
going to go. But
I'm saying
Justin Reed will probably be there at 24.
Hey, where's Tampa Bay pick at? I think Tampa Bay is going to get James. I think Darwin's going to Tampa Bay or the 49ers. The 49ers got to be in the top 7. The 49ers or Tampa Bay is going to get –
Tampa Bay's at 7.
Okay.
They're at 7.
Who's at 6? San Francisco.
Indianapolis Colts at 6.
Okay, he won't go there. Okay, I'm saying right now, I promise you, he won't make it by 7. Tampa Bay's going to get him. Yeah, because they need that kind of safety.
And there's 3 teams that don't have a draft pick in the first round because they got traded away. Houston, Kansas City, and L.A. Rams do not have a first-rounder.
How about 49ers? Where they're at? They got to be in the top 10.
9.
Yeah. He won't make it past 49ers. I'm going to tell you that. He's not going to make it past Tampa Bay.
Oakland's 10.
10, yeah. He's not going to make it by – I say Tampa Bay's probably going to get Darwin James. So my Cowboys going to have to – if they get him, they're going to have to trade up in the top 7.
You got Buffalo sitting there, Tim, at 12. I think they want a quarterback. I think they will go for Lamar Jackson. And if it looks like he might not be there, they might move up a notch or 2 to try to get him because they're sitting there at 12. And they have 2 picks now. Buffalo's got 12 and 22.
Josh Rosen, he's UCLA. Is that right? UCLA quarterback? Yeah, Rosen's the UCLA quarterback, I believe. Yeah. So that ought to be I think he's from UCLA.
Yeah, Rosen. He is. Rosen's from UCLA. Allen's the guy with the strong arm from Wyoming.
He's got good throwing mechanics. Rosen
He does.
He's probably got the best.
And all these guys are got good potential, Tim, but none of them going to come in and tear the league up first year. You know that. Not a quarterback.
I agree with you.
But we'll be there tomorrow night, and we'll be following it. And
we'll have it all next week, too.
Next week we'll be reporting on the draft, who did good, who didn't, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, we'll have all that next week right here at the Big Classic Ford studio, and that'll be coming up live on WCSL 1590 every Wednesday in the Classic Ford studios. Just the best in sports. And you can listen to Tim Johnson and Mr. Baseball himself, Kenny Lee. And Ken, we'll have our conference conference standings, too, coming up next week, the final conference of South Fork 2A baseball. And, of course, we'll update you on Cherryville as well as Cleveland County games, too.
Yes, and follow those games this Friday on the 3 radio stations. Him and I will be on WLOM bringing you Lincoln and Maiden.
All righty, Kenny. You have a good week, and we'll see you guys here next week right here on WCSL 1590 AM. It's Tim Johnson, Kenny Link here on the Classic 4 Studios.
Official Listen at Work station.
You remind me what I pay you people for.
Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com. I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to the 10th year anniversary celebration this Saturday, April 28th, from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at MS Power Sports in Gastonia. Come on in and check out the great deals on over 130 units in stock and on sale. Take 10% off the entire stock, and only $10 down delivers. That's right, $10 down delivers. And be sure to come by for a free Subway sandwich from Subway in Belmont. Plus, register to win some great prizes. So plan now to be there, the 10th anniversary celebration at MS Power Sports, located at 4804 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia. Call 704-824-27.
Secretary Sarah Sanders says none of the allegations senators are now looking into have come up in past investigations. While President Trump said yesterday he didn't think Jackson would continue pursuing the VA post, Jackson intends to answer the charges, and the administration is standing firmly behind him. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, the White House.
A law enforcement official identifying a suspected California serial killer as 72-year-old Joseph James D'Angelo, a former police officer. The official confirming the identity on condition of anonymity before an official news conference today. A woman arrested after authorities said she tried to abduct babies from neonatal units across the Carolinas, speaking out to the allegations against her. New Hanover Regional Medical Center police charging 36-year-old Linda Everett after they say she entered the Women's and Children's Hospital April 5th without authorization. Everett, who says she's a former firefighter, newlywed, and mother of 3, telling WGHP TV she was just there to hand out baby Bibles.
All I was doing was giving a gift to someone, and to me, that is no crime. I didn't see anything wrong with it, and a nurse told me and escorted me into that room.
Police said Everett wasn't supposed to be there. Law enforcement alerted to keep an eye out for Everett after she reportedly entered neonatal units at hospitals in both Carolinas, possibly to abduct a child. Greensboro officials say they have distributed supplies to those affected by a recent tornado and now needs financial donations and volunteers. You are listening to NCN News.
Sometimes in life it doesn't get any better than a trip to Smithfield's.
Okay, here's a don't get any better. Smithfield's pork shoulder slow cooked fresh every day.
Here's better. Barbecue sandwich combo with fries and coleslaw.
Here's better. Barbecue platter.
Here's better. Combo platter with barbecue and that juicy southern fried chicken.
Here's better. The choices you love made fresh daily.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Walking to dinner is great.
With the new sidewalks, it's easier not to drive.
That's a choice more people can make these days, as more communities become sustaining places, where shopping, restaurants, recreation, and public transportation are close to where people live. We want you to know that sustaining places don't just happen, they take planning.
I think I'll catch the bus to work today.
There's a lot each one of us can do.
Learn more at planning.org. A message from the American Planning Association and this station.
Pegram Insurance Services in Shelby is now All Care Insurance Services, and they invite you to see their newly remodeled office and talk with them about your insurance needs. If that's too far away from you, they have an All Care Insurance location in both Gastonia and Belmont areas. All Care Insurance has strived to be the best by providing quality insurance coverage with great commitment to customer service. Whether you do coverage for your home, auto, business, life, or something more, their experienced agents are there to help you. Visit one of their convenient locations, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 4515 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia, and 7005 Suite E Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. That's All Care Insurance Services.
In local news, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating a man who's been missing since early morning hours of April 21st. Detective Justin Link identified the man as 30-year-old Jeremy Tony Adams, formerly of Broome Street, Lincoln. Adams was last seen around 3:40 a.m. this past Saturday when he was discharged from the emergency room at CHS Lincoln. Adams is described as a white male, 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing around 170 pounds. He has brown hair and green eyes. He has tattoos on his left forearm and upper left arm. Well, once again, a skimmer device has been found on gasoline pumps at the same convenience store in Maiden. Maiden police are investigating 2 credit card skimmers found at the Circle K at 1200 East Main Street in Maiden. Maiden police urge anyone who used the pumps at the Circle K between April 17th and this past Sunday to examine your bank or credit card records for any unauthorized charges. If you find any such charges on your records, please call the Maiden Police Department. Thankfully, no children were hurt when the daycare center at the Cherryville Head Start caught on fire Tuesday around noon. The cause of the fire has not been revealed and no one was injured. Fire departments from Trinata, Hughes Pond, and Krause assisted the Cherryville Fire Department on the scene. The daycare was located at 203 North Elm Street in Cherryville. 2 co-workers were killed in the early morning hours of Tuesday in a car accident on Whitaker Road in Cleveland County. The Highway Patrol got the call from a passing motorist at 3:42 a.m. that a car had gone off the road and went down an embankment, crashing into a tree. It's unclear exactly when the accident occurred. 21-year-old Isaiah Simon of Mooresboro and 21-year-old Sarah Smith of Kings Mountain both worked for Wings, etc. on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. The trooper said heavy rain that time of night most likely caused the wreck. Roads were slick and visibility limited. The trooper added Simon apparently was driving too fast for conditions. Weather most likely played a part in another traffic accident yesterday afternoon in Cleveland County.